Hey, what up, and welcome to a special anniversary, 1 year anniversary edition of Creased. I am your host, MITUS, and man, I can't believe it's been a year. So like we said in the intro video, what we set out to do before COVID was mainly showcase people's collections. Now, because of COVID, it's made it a little bit harder to do that. It's starting to ease down a little bit, so we're going to be looking towards showcasing more collections. Now, what you're about to see is essentially like a pilot. When I first filmed this, I mean, the content's great in terms of, you know, the quality, the stories, the collection itself. What I didn't know so much about was lighting. Now I've got a bit better lighting, as you can see. Also audio. We didn't really have a mic. I've got a boom mic now. The other thing, when we initially launched it, we called it Box Fresh, and that was going to be the idea. But then we found out there was already a company called Box Fresh that essentially did sort of like, I don't know, like cheap going out shoes or whatever. I would say the next showcases are going to be a little bit more structured. It doesn't matter if you have 20 pairs of shoes or 2,000 pairs of shoes. It's all about the collector, and that's what Creased is all about. We started out, first of all, we started out called Box Fresh. As you would have seen that little video there, I wanted to just do like showcasing people's collections and their stories and that sort of thing, but then this little thing called COVID happened, and you know, we had this whole global pandemic, and you know, going to people's houses, going to Sydney, going to Melbourne, just wasn't a thing. And it's funny, the initial video that I did with Boyd, I had one camera, one lens, and I was using my phone. I had like a little LED light that wasn't projecting any sort of light in that room, and no microphone, so the sound was terrible. Since then, I've got two of the exact same DSLRs. I've obviously got a phone as well, got a boom mic, got a bunch of lighting stuff, all types of gadgets that I haven't used yet. Some I have, some I haven't, but yeah, like within a year I've learned so much about this whole YouTube thing. And like even the first initial videos, I was like lighting them as if I was color correcting or color grading a music video, you know what I mean? Because that's my background. But we did come from real humble beginnings, just spamming the fuck out of Facebook groups essentially, and slowly building up from there. Jumping on IG and following heaps of like similar sort of content and just getting involved and like just being genuine essentially. The IG is still pretty small in compared to say like my main page here, or even like the Fume entertainment page that, you know, we used to do a lot of music, battles, events and that sort of thing with, but it's slowly getting there, man. At the start there, when I was trying to get the numbers up, like I was learning how through Google Ads, trying to sponsor videos, trying to get things like that, and I would see the numbers go up, but I didn't see it like add to any subscribers or like you know, there was no real return. We'd get the views on that video up, but it wouldn't go ahead. So the grind has been real. Officially, I believe we're at 19,000 something views and 114 subs, so that's been pretty hard to fight for, but we got big plans for this year. One of the things that I have been told in doing this is that I'm quite polished and well spoken and really comfortable in front of the camera. It couldn't be any further from the truth. I just keep filming, so if I fuck up, like, we just keep filming. And you notice that like I've always been told that if people kind of look off to the side as they're talking or whatever, like they're lying, but for me it's just super awkward looking directly into the camera, and I don't know, I'm just animated, I guess. But yeah, you'll see here I am not super polished. I just edit everything really well. Hey, what up and welcome to another can't say fucking words. Unique New York. I forgot what I was gonna say. As I'm recording this, but what? Rail of mine, I mention every episode how much I love the color green, even though if it's not MJ's favorite color. I think one of the best things about doing this is the people I've met along the way, people within groups, even if it's just over the internet, and even if people in real life. You know, Boyd, someone. There we go, fucked up that. Boyd is someone I met through groups, you know, engaged, told him what I wanted to do, everything like that. He was super keen. There's a lot of people that are keen. I just haven't really got around to doing it. I'm hoping this weekend I might knock out one or two. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, look, the people that I've met doing this, even over in the UK, like Aiden, there's people in the States that I've been connecting with, like people all across Australia that check in. So it's pretty dope, man. And even at this point, where it's on a smaller level, right? It is on a smaller level, but there's a bunch of videos that are hitting over 1,000 views. So we just got to get that consistency, and that's where I've been doing, you know, wherever I can, 2 videos a week. Always in the mind, always in the thought. So, but right now what I want to do is just give you a little taste of some of the best bits, some outtakes, things you may not have seen. If you haven't seen every video, definitely things you haven't seen. Chuck in some shit from older videos and little look back at the year that was. It's when you just see something for the first time and you don't know what it is, and it's not like nowadays where, like, you know, you get told what something is and the relevance of it. When those initial like pure moments and you're like, what is that?
Yeah. So that was the first time I'd ever seen an Air Max, and from memory, everyone sort of that I nowadays sort of talks about the TN as if it was like the first sort of Air Max that was, but it wasn't. It was the Air Max 90 was the first one that made an impact in the hip hop scene.
I'm not going to remember them all because I tried. I honestly tried, and then I forgot them, and then I forgot other ones, and so yeah, you get the idea. Put my head in between them. Do one of those corny photos. Hey, what up? Get a little bit old to be bending around like this. I don't know how they came up with this, but look, the quality's better than my last couple pairs of Dunks, but what do you think about the colorway?
I mean, that's a Larry shoe for me. That's a bit Ronald McDonald.
I was about to say, it gives you Ronald McDonald vibes. I almost said that shit too. So one day I find myself scrolling through Facebook, as we've probably all done 100 times before. And I see this news article from 7 News being shared about Big W selling Nikes for $40. I had to check it out. So I've just seen on Facebook, it's just popped up that Channel 7 is advertising that Big W has Nikes for sale and they're only $40. Let's see if we can get some. Mr. West, Mr. West, Mr. West! Fucking 8 AM. I don't do 8 AM. But the bread toes are dropping. And if I don't get in early, I won't get a pair. So I don't know if I can get these in. I might need like a shoehorn or something. And like the lineup was insane. Had 2 that were so identical, but little burp there, little fart. I don't know. but I'm here for it. As I mentioned in like wanting it to be re-retroed, I've mentioned it in wanting to. It's got to be said, Adidas, you sneaky for this one, like real sneaky. And I've got to say, it's genius. Alright, so it took like 15 minutes to get $2 off those dunks. I looked them up, brand new, they're selling for like 200 plus, so I don't know, man. Maybe I would have entered the world of Aussie flipping. I don't know. We got about 8 minutes until the raffle is drawn. Let's see if my sneakers technique works. It has worked for other people. It has worked for me to get early access, but I've never actually tried it on a raffle. There's 2 shoes dropping, the undercover Dunk Highs in the red, and then you got the FTC Nike SB. I'm hoping more so for the FTC Nike SB, but let's see how we go. Alright, we got the first L. It's really hoping for these ones. For a lot of people, the argument is they'll only wear the silhouettes that Mike wore, that Jordan himself played in. But for me, it's all about if it's dope, it's dope. You know, some people will be like, it's only 1 to 13. That's all I care about. Some people are like 1 to 5. I'll be honest, man. 1s. I got a pair of 2s, but I'm gonna leave them out. 3s and 4s. And I've got a pair of 5s. I've got a pair of 6s, but for me, even 1s are, 1s are dope. I can't front on 1s. But 3s and 4s are my most popular. I've probably got more 3s than anything. I think I've easily got about 20 pairs of 3s. 4s I've probably got about, including doubles, I'd say maybe 8. 1s I got, it's been a lot of 1s come out this year. But those styles they're timeless. They're classic. You can wear them with just about anything. You could have on some Kmart shorts and a plain black shirt, but you chuck on some 3s or 4s, and you're killing it. 1s, same thing. Any type of pants, you chuck a pair of 1s on, perfect. 11s, maybe there's just a lot more work to be done with the fit, but me personally, I don't like them. Like I said, I think last week or the week before when I checked all the stats, it was like 19,000 something views, 114 subs. It may have gone up by then, it may have not. About 70 odd videos in a year. So, and there were weeks where there wasn't a video. There was weeks where there was only one. Initially there it was a little bit more sporadic, but I feel like I've been on top of it. It is hard to do 2 videos a week because sometimes there just is no content. You gotta force it, but sometimes also when that happens, it makes you get that little bit more creative. So this year, want to do a bunch more collection videos. Want to do some interviews with more like fancier people within the sneaker community, people overseas, that sort of thing. People that I can't physically go to their house at the drop of the hat. More of an interview with those type of people. I want to do a lot more diverse in the world content, and a few circumstances have kept that from happening. COVID was obviously a big one, but outside of that, everything else should be sweet. And one of the other things I want to do, it's a goal of mine to hit 1,000 subs. So if you have not subscribed already, I'd love you to. And when we do hit 1,000 subs, I'm going to give away a $250 JD Sports gift voucher. So I've said it ages ago. We just never hit that. Never hit that milestone. So when we do, I promise I will give that away. But I'd just like to thank everyone who's been watching, whether this is the first video you've watched, the second, the 100th, even though I've only done 70 odd. Thank you. And here's to another year. Technically it's not a full year because March 19th is the anniversary, but I didn't want to wait for this for Monday, so I'm hoping to have something else for Monday. So this has been a very special anniversary edition of Creased. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments some of your favorite videos, and we'll just keep coming back with more content. Peace.